Good morning all. Welcome to the first class of physics today. Today we are going to see the chapter laws of motion. First chapter of your textbook. So today we will cover 5 topics. First, what are the physical quantities coming under the topic of motion? That is distance, displacement, speed, velocity and acceleration. These are the 5 concepts today we are going to see. First of all, let me check whether you know what is motion. Okay. Now take some examples. Okay. Now if you consider our classroom, what all things you can see? You can see our desk, bench, fan. Okay. What all things are in motion? What all things are in rest or stationary? We know that our desk, bench, everything is in stationary. It is not moving. Okay, but our fan is working now. The leaf of fan you can see, it is moving. A man running on a street, okay, that is moving, that is motion. How can you say one object is in motion or whether it is in stationary? Check your textbook, you can see some of the examples are given there. The flight of a bird, meaning a bird is flying through the sky. Is it stationary or moving? We know that it is in motion. Second one, a stationary train. One train, it is not moving. In the question only answer is there. It is stationary. Third one, leaves flying through air. One leaf, it is coming down through the air. It is falling from a tree. It is stationary or motion? It is in motion. The last one, a stone lying on a hill. It is stationary or motion? It is stationary. Okay. Now, according to what? In what basis can we say one object whether it is stationary or it is in motion? Okay, you can see the definition of motion in your textbook, page number 1. So, one more example, one more question I want to ask you. Now you are traveling in a bus. Okay, you are sitting on the seat, next to you another person is there. Okay, you are looking outside. You can see trees are going behind, some buildings are going behind. So whether you are in motion or stationary. Okay, that is my first question. Same situation. Second question, you are looking at the person next to you. Okay, he is moving? No, he is not moving. So according to these two situations, whether you are in motion or stationary, how can you say? So now you are a little confused, I think. Okay, so let's come to the definition of motion. According to physics, what is motion? Okay, let's see. According to physics, motion is defined this way. If the position of an object is changing with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in motion. Meaning, when I am here, my surroundings are not changing. Means, I am not in motion. Okay, but when I am moving my hands this way, the surroundings of my hands are changing. Means my hands are in motion. Hope you are getting. So when we are coming back to the example, the person who was sitting in the bus, whether he was in motion? Yes, he is in motion because his surroundings was changing. Okay. Now we are going to the first concept, that is distance. What is distance? Now I am asking you to take the measurement of this desk. What do you need? You can measure the length of the desk with the help of a scale or a measuring tape. Okay, so you took a scale, you started to measure it, you got something 80 centimeters. Okay, now I am asking to measure the distance or length of the classroom. It is very difficult to measure with a scale, so I think you will go for a measuring tape. Okay, you measure it with a measuring tape. Now you got the measurement of the classroom. It is nearly 60 meters something you got it. Okay. Now I am asking you to go for Allapalli. Okay, what is the length from our school to Allapalli? Okay, you going to measure it, you measured it. But when you traveling this length, through this length, okay, we will call this one as distance. When you traveling across a length or a path, the path you covered, we will call that one as distance. In the case of displacement, it is the same concept. You don't get confused. Distance and displacement both are same way. What is displacement? What is the difference between distance and displacement? Okay, displacement. Now I am asking you to move from here to Allapalli. Okay. Displacement. What is the displacement? Displacement means what is the length you covered from your starting point to ending point. What was your starting point? Our school was your starting point. What is your ending point? Our Allapalli Chowk was your ending point. So in the case of distance and displacement, this condition both are same. If you are getting 1 kilometer, distance is 1 kilometer. In the case of displacement also 1 kilometer. For more clarification, we will go for the textbook page number 2. Okay. See, there a small diagram is there. One line is given there. Okay. Starting point P and the ending point Q. Okay. The distance between the 2 points is given as 360 meters. Okay. Now you are traveling in a car. You started from the point P and you reached up to the point Q. Now what is the distance you have covered? Right, 360 meters. Now what is the displacement you covered? Displacement means what? The distance or the length you covered from the starting point to ending point. What was the starting point? P. What is the ending point? Q. So how much displacement is there? Same, 360 meters. So distance also 360, displacement also 360. Now when this going to change? Yes. Now second condition I am going to give you. You reached Q. Now you coming back to P. Means you started from P, reached Q, and again coming back to the T. How much distance is there? No, it's not 360. First it was 360, again one coming back 360. Total 720 meters. So your distance is now 720 meters. Now what is the displacement here? Starting point and ending point are same, right? So there is no distance or no length in between the starting and the ending point. So your displacement is 0 in this case. Hope you are understanding. One more example we will see. Same textbook page number 2. You can see one round. You can see there. Okay. Consider that is a ground, a circular ground. You are standing at the point A. I am asking you to go for a run. You starting from the point A, you made one round and you coming back to the same point A. Here it is given the distance is 100 meters. But what is the case of displacement? Your starting and ending point is same. So your displacement is 0. Okay. So two type of quantities are there in physics. One is scalar quantity and another one is vector quantity. What is a scalar quantity? A quantity which only have magnitude, no direction. What do you mean by magnitude? Okay, we know different quantities are there. Consider mass. Mass is a physical quantity. 50 kilograms. Okay, this number is there now. This is the magnitude. 100 meter. This number, this is the magnitude. In scalar quantity, only magnitude is there. There is no direction. Now, what is vector quantity then? It has magnitude as well as direction. So, distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity because it is looking the direction, in which direction the object is moving. It is very important in the case of a vector quantity. Now, we are going to see the third topic. So, two topics are over. Distance is over. Displacement is over. Now, third topic, what is speed? Okay. Now, take an example. You are with me. You and your brother. Okay. So, I am asking you, take 5 minutes. Okay. Go for a run and come back. You and your brother started at the same time. You covered 100 meters and your brother covered 70 meters. Who had greater speed? You or your brother? Right, you. Because you covered more distance. You covered how much distance? 100 meters. And your brother covered only 70 meters. Okay. Now, Now you understood this one? Okay, now the second condition. First condition, what was that? I have given you a particular time and you covered how much distance I was checking. Second condition, I am asking you, you can go for 100 meters. I given you particular distance. Okay, and your brother also same distance 100 meters. You took 5 minutes and your brother took 4 minutes. Understanding? So who had a greater speed? Your brother had a greater speed because he taken less time. Only 4 minutes he taken. Okay. Now, so you understood that speed is depending on two things. What are they? First one is distance. Second one is time. So we can define speed this way. Speed is the ratio of distance traveled by an object towards the time taken. Okay, speed equal to distance divided by time. In the case of velocity, first we said distance and displacement. Okay, how much fastly an object traveling through a particular given distance, that is speed. How much fastly an object traveling through a displacement, that is velocity. So speed is related with the distance and velocity is related with our displacement. So what will be the equation for velocity then? Velocity equals displacement divided by time taken. So now when we come into the practical situation, normally when we traveling a car, riding a bike, we always used to say the speed. I was traveling in a 80 km/h speed, 100 km/h speed, but where we are using this term, velocity. Okay, now when we are traveling on the surface of the earth, meaning through the road, we can say speed. But when we are moving above the surface of the earth, that is condition when we are traveling in a flight, when we launching a missile, rocket, that time we are not saying the quantity speed, what we will say, that is velocity. Okay, now coming to the last concept of this, that is acceleration. What is acceleration? Last year also we have came through this topic. So we know that every four-wheeler vehicle having three things. When we learning a four-wheeler, they will say you have to learn three things: A, B, C. What is A, B, C? Accelerator, brake, clutch. So we know what will happen when we pressing accelerator, when we pressing brake, when we pressing clutch. Okay. Now accelerator, when I am going to press the accelerator, what will happen? The speed of the vehicle will increase. So acceleration means the variation of speed. Okay. So speed can increase, speed can decrease. Okay. If speed is increasing, we will call that one as positive acceleration. If speed is decreasing, that is negative acceleration. If speed remains constant, okay, 1 minute, first minute I was traveling in 40 km/h, second minute also same 40 km/h, if I am continuing, then that is zero acceleration. Understanding? Speed increasing, positive acceleration, decreasing, negative acceleration, and the speed does not vary, remains same, that is zero acceleration. So I would like to take a small note of this. So you people please take a small note of this. What are the questions you need to take? First one, what is motion? Is there in your textbook, otherwise you can refer your digest. Okay. Next one, distance. Page number 2 you can see is there. So while you are writing this definition, please make a note of the SI unit of these things. Okay. Distance SI unit is meter. Displacement also meter. Speed meter per second. Velocity meter per second. Acceleration meter per second square. After this small video, I will send you a photograph mentioning all this definition and all this SI unit in briefly, so you can refer that note also. Okay, so today I am winding up. The remaining portions we can see on the next class. Whether you are having any doubts, feel free to call or message me. I will explain you in detail. Thank you. Have a nice day.